Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. A man has been arrested by Hazleton police on multiple felony rape charges. According to police, Edwin Isaac Burgos was taken into custody after 2 rapes were reported in the city. Police say one of the rape victims was a juvenile. Following an investigation, Burgos was arrested on February 21st without incident. Burgos is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility and has been denied bail. In a press release, Hazleton detectives say they have reason to believe there may be additional victims. Anyone who feels that Burgos victimized them is asked to contact Detective Sergeant Rodick at 570-459-4940, extension 169. A man charged with stabbing a customer at a Hanover Township McDonald's has been taken into custody. According to investigators, Sean William Schaefer of Wilkes-Barre Township had been cursing at a McDonald's employee on February 9th when a customer intervened. During the confrontation, police say Schaefer slapped the customer, retrieved a knife from his vehicle, and stabbed the victim twice. Police say Schaefer then fled the scene. A warrant was issued for Schaefer's arrest on February 9th, and he was arrested and taken into custody on February 22nd. Schaefer has been charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, and harassment. He is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility on a $50,000 bail. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 6th. A man is wanted by Pocona Township Police. Devin Johnson is wanted on charges of child pornography, assault of a person less than 16 years of age, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse with a person under 16, endangering the welfare of children, and other related charges. Johnson is reported to be a 61-year-old black male who is approximately 5 feet 8 inches tall and 150 pounds. He is described by police as having black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information on Johnson's whereabouts, you are asked to call Pocona Township detectives at 570-629-7200. Scranton police are charging the man with sexually assaulting a young child. Detectives say William Whitcomb was arrested following an investigation into a sexual assault of a 9-year-old juvenile. Whitcomb has been charged with involuntary deviant sexual intercourse with a child, unlawful contact with a minor, aggravated indecent assault of a child, and other related charges. He is currently behind bars at the Lackawanna County Prison, where he is unable to post his $150,000 bail. Crews in Hazleton respond to a motor vehicle accident with entrapment on Thursday evening. The 3-vehicle crash occurred at the intersection of West 15th Street and Lincoln Street in Hazleton. Upon arriving at the scene, crews say there was heavy debris and one vehicle was on its side with an occupant trapped inside. After crews extricated the victim, 2 occupants of the vehicle were sent to the hospital for treatment. All 3 vehicles in the accident suffered heavy damage, and it is unknown what caused the crash in Hazleton at this time. Aspire Bakeries in Hazleton hosted a ribbon cutting on Thursday where they unveiled a new line of baked goods. We spoke with operations manager Sean Casarias, who told us about the event.
So essentially what we had today was we're actually unveiling our new puff pastry line. So what it is it's actually a frozen dough product that we sell out to wholesalers. As you can see here in the back, this is the product that we produce. We make it into different pastries, pinwheels, fillings. We make it into different shapes, sizes, things like that. It's available for retail sale in stores. It's actually available for wholesale product as well.
Ken Sirius also told us how this new development came about.
So essentially, Aspire Bakeries had a line available, and they went through all of our plants in the United States and Canada, and they had picked Hazleton because of the desire and the drive for all of the work and the workmanship of the employees here. So we've proven that we're able to run a good product here, so they wanted to bring this very profitable product here to Hazleton.
Aspire Bakeries has been in the Hazleton area for quite some time, and Ken Sirius provided us with some of the history for the bakery.
So this facility here has been here since 1992, and it's grown through many ownership, many different products, and where we are today is with Aspire Bakeries. We still continue to do the same products, and we still continue to grow.
Ken Sirius said Thursday's event meant a lot to him and the other workers at Aspire Bakeries.
Really what makes this special here, especially in the Hazleton Bakery here, is we have a lot of 20, 30-year associates here, so it's very special for them to continue the brand and continue to bring new products here to Hazleton.
The ribbon cutting event was held at Aspire Bakeries on Chestnut Hill Drive in Hazel Township. A man from New York is behind bars in Schuylkill County following a traffic stop on February 22nd. Jerome Johnson was first pulled over by police in Pottsville for an expired license plate around 12:30 a.m. During the traffic stop, police say Johnson backed into another vehicle and while looking for his license and registration in his glove box, sped away at a high speed towards North 3rd Street. During the chase, police say Johnson drove through a fence and into a backyard where he fled on foot before being tased by officers. As police searched the vehicle, officers say they found marijuana and a 6-pack of Corona beer that had only one left in the pack. The car was also determined to be stolen, and the correct license plate for the vehicle was found in the trunk. Johnson has been charged with fleeing to avoid apprehension, evading arrest or detention on foot, resisting arrest, fraudulent use of a registration plate, and other related charges. He is currently behind bars at the Schuylkill County Prison after failing to post $25,000 10% bail. Coming up on WYLN News, 3 men are caught breaking into a former hospital in Schuylkill County. Plus, a man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
I'm 5 years old. It's partly cloudy out here and a little cold.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Welcome back to WYLN News. 3 men have been charged in Schuylkill County after they were caught breaking into a former hospital in Butler Township. According to court papers, Jesse George, Jeffrey Murphy, and Brian Boblick were arrested after breaking into the former Ashland Hospital in Fountain Springs on February 17th. Police say officers were canvassing the property while on patrol when they noticed fresh tire tracks leading into the rear of the building. Following a search, George, Murphy, and Boblick were found on the basement floor along with a butane torch, a collapsed ladder, and a Milwaukee grinder. All 3 have been charged with felony conspiracy to commit burglary and conspiracy to commit criminal trespass. Murphy and Boblick remain behind bars in the Schuylkill County Prison. George posted his $100,000 straight cash bail through a bondsman and was released on February 21st. Police are searching for a suspect who reportedly stole from multiple CVS locations in Luzerne County. According to Wyoming Area Regional Police, the suspect shown on screen stole from the CVS pharmacies in Exeter Borough and Wyoming Borough. Police say the suspect had been also involved in other retail thefts in the surrounding area. Anyone with information regarding the thefts or the identity of the suspect is asked to call Officer Samsel at 570-654-3001. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Lee Walk is wanted on charges of DUI first offense and possession of marijuana. He is known to have ties to the Summit Hill area. Anyone with information regarding Walk's whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. Coming up on McAdoo's News Choice, Ryan Prosick is back on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, our furry friends are back on Pets of the Week. And before we go, we talk with State Representative Dane Watrow on Watrow's Weekly Update. And stay with us on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm joined with Dr. John. Dr. John, how's it going?
Ryan, thank you so much for doing this all the time.
Oh, I appreciate it. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite parts of my job. But we're going to talk about how to improve your mood today.
You know, that is so important, Ryan. There's multiple facets. I know we have a limited time. First of all is proper rest. So many of my patients who don't sleep properly, so the key is routine. Go to bed the same time, wake up the same time. Don't skip meals. Everybody's into this fasting. You could lose weight by decreasing your carbohydrates, so don't skip meals. Proper attitude. You know, if every day, Ryan, you and I wake up and say, Lord, thank you. Thank you for my life. No matter what problems come at me, you have a positive attitude versus, woe is me, I have a car payment, I have a mortgage payment. So stop your complaining. The mind is like a muscle. Focus it on positive thoughts.
Well, a lot of great information today. I'd like to thank Dr. John for joining us on Feel Good Friday. We'll see you next time.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Edition of Let's Talk Sports, and I start this segment bringing some good news as the Hazelton Area Girls Cougars basketball team defeated Wilkes-Barre area 48-31 last night. They are now heading to the sub-regional championships where they'll take on Williamsport, and that will happen at 6 p.m. on Monday after this weekend. Now, a crazy stat from the game, Hazelton Area did not allow a field goal in the second quarter. They got out to a 34-6 lead and, of course, never looked back. So I'd like to wish the Cougars the best of luck, and we will recap that game right here on Let's Talk Sports on Tuesday. Another big thing happened today in the NFL as well, a $30 million increase to the salary cap. So that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means now teams can get additional money to spend, basically like adding $30 million on to their spending allowance. You know, sports with the salary cap, you get it, unlike MLB that doesn't. But Anyway, this, opens a lot of flexibility for teams, a lot of free agents on the market. A lot of these quarterbacks are going to get big money deals. And, I have to always add a little humor to my segment. $30 million got added to the cap, and guess what? The New Orleans Saints are still not under the salary cap spending limit. Unbelievable. I don't know what they're doing. They're 28 and 29 in their last 3 years, and they have nothing to show for it as they keep putting themselves into salary cap. Just an abomination at this point. They keep kicking the can down the road instead of accepting a rebuild, and they're not getting any success from it. But they have a lot of work to do, and, just is what it is. They're mediocre, and they're going to keep being mediocre as Derek Carr is now guaranteed to be the quarterback for the next 2 years as they restructured his contract, open $25 million, which, again, still didn't get them under the limit they need to be at. But anyway, this proves big for impending free agents, like I said. Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love. They're going to get huge paydays. And, of course, that means what I'm going to say. The biggest winners are teams that have already paid their quarterback. Cincinnati, the Chargers, the Eagles all take gigantic wins here as they got the deal done before a huge salary cap increase. And I think it's going to keep coming. The NFL is gaining popularity even still as we speak. We saw this past year with Taylor Swift being introduced to the sport and all of her fans. So I think the salary cap's only going to go up from here on out. So if you have a star quarterback on a deal that's locked up for the next couple of years, congratulations. It's going to be tough for some of these teams out there when quarterbacks start demanding $60 million a year. But another winner, I was going to say, is Kirk Cousins, because he's the best free agent quarterback option, and there's no one really else on the market, so he's going to command top dollar, and $30 million just got put into other teams' pockets. This kind of reminds me of the NBA a couple of years ago when they had that large salary cap increase and they were giving out 4-year, $84 million contracts to bench players. It was absolutely ridiculous. I hope teams don't do that, or it's going to be a long, long rebuilding window for those teams. But we'll see what these teams do. Cuts are happening today. Steelers, Dolphins have cut some players already, so we will see what happens as we keep going through the offseason. Early March is the target. Like I said, we're going to go over position groups later on. Running back's a big one that we have to hit with Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, Tony Pollard. The names go on and on and on, and running back's a devalued position in the league here, so we'll have to take a deeper dive into that one. We'll do that sometime early next week. But that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll see you right back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.
There's no time like the present to adopt a pet, and the SPCA of Luzerne County has more breeds, shapes, and sizes of furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone say hello to Billy. Meet Billy. Billy is super friendly with everyone he meets. He loves to go on car rides and outings. Billy did great meeting some kiddos, and he knows his basic commands. He gets excited to see other dogs and walks well on a leash. This big boy thinks he's a lap dog and wants to soak up all the love. He's estimated to be around 4 to 7 years old and weighs approximately 90 pounds. Next up, meet Ash. Ash is a cute little girl who's a bit timid and shy. She just needs some tender love and care to come out of her shell. She's approximately 4.5 months old and looking for a new family to grow with. Call 570-825-4111 to come on down and check out these featured pets and more. You might just meet your new best friend and give them a well-deserved forever home.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to Watro's Weekly Update. I'm here with State Representative Dane Watro. Dane, how's it going?
Very good. Thank you again for having me here.
We upgraded to a new desk. It's a great day.
I see. I do like it. I know the other week we're over at the
sports desk.
Yes. So I do like this.
It's a very nice change of pace, but we're going to talk about what you've been up to, because you've been up to a lot recently, including a meeting with Monon area students and superintendents.
Yeah, Senator Argel hosted a meeting with all local superintendents within the Hazleton School District, Shenandoah, Monoy City, all the school districts within the 116th district, to include Senator Argel's senatorial district superintendents. And we had a great discussion. We talked about the wants and needs of not the school district perhaps, but the students, what they need. There's a lawsuit out there that's the court just ruled on about fair funding for school districts within the state of Pennsylvania. So that was a topic of discussion. There was a board set up in Harrisburg, and there was a report submitted, and now it comes back to the House and to the Senate to go ahead and try to figure out and come out what is a proper way to fund public education. So that's what we're working on right now. We wanted to get feedback and input from our building administrators, our school district administrators, to hear about the needs of what students need to be successful within the public education system.
Yep.
And to include, also the fair funding, which we also talk about, cyber charter schools, and to make sure that they're appropriately funded as well, because let's face it, every student, I believe, learns at a different pace, and not saying a traditional setting is good for that particular student. So you have to make sure that there is an option for students who don't do well in traditional type setting educationally.
And especially with the COVID pandemic, when everyone went online, maybe some people preferred that as their education method and learn more and learn better.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Some really excel from doing the cyber type education setting compared to in person. I know for my children in particular, the social aspect is super important, and I believe that's needed to grow for my children anyway, and that's me being the parent, have vested interest in my student or my children to do well is in that public education system. But some do well in private, and some do well cyber. So you got to make sure we have a variety and make sure that everything's properly funded the right way.
Yep, choices are definitely important. And I was looking on your Facebook and I saw the teletown hall numbers. They were incredible. I think it was over, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was about 3,200?
3,204.
I forgot the 4.
Yeah, so I just met with the senator this morning. I said those numbers were off the charts. And he said, yes, he said, they could have been a little bit better, but he cut part of the district out, which I think he's going to be doing later on this evening. And I'll tell you what, the feedback we got was phenomenal. The questions were great, not just ranging on one specific item, but it was all over the things, from education to weapons to, you know, state-related services, from, you know, LIHEAP to just so many good questions. And this is an opportunity where the public can actually sit at the luxury of on their couch, in their chair, and talk to us and interact. If we don't get to you, we tried then the next day or next several days to reach out to every caller that was in the queue waiting to have their question heard. We'll try to get back with them in a timely fashion.
I'm sure you're doing a lot of that, or at least he is, because I know 3,200 people is a lot to get to, and there was probably a ton of questions.
It is, yeah, it's a lot, but it's a great way to connect with our constituents. We try to do in-person town halls, but let's face it, once again, it doesn't work for everybody. Like we were talking about students earlier, so people got jobs. People sometimes can't get out of their homes, sickness or whatever it might be, elderly. So that's why we didn't do the teletown halls as well. So it's super important.
I like to throw public speaking in there, because I was at least petrified of public speaking up until a point. You know, people don't want to get up in front of crowds. It's different when you're on the phone and you're just calling in and, you know, just you and the representative. So
yeah, I know my daughter, she's in a class right now where she has to stand up and give a presentation. And she's like, Dad, how do you do this? And I said, just pretend you're having a conversation. Pretend look at somebody you're comfortable with, start scanning your classroom, and just pretend you're having a conversation. And that's how I get through it. And sometimes I get the butterflies as well.
I feel you on that one. But speaking of being social, we're going to bring up your social media again, because like I said, you wouldn't know about those numbers if you weren't following the Facebook. So tell us a little bit more about the Facebook.
Thank you for bringing that up. I know I ask you all the time. Could we please slip that in there?
Always, you know.
Yeah, so social media, I know everybody's not on it, but it's a good tool. Rep Watro on Facebook, it's just a good tool to find out what's going on, from interstate construction to turnpike to what I'm doing in the community, where I'm going to be at, town hall meetings, actual town hall meetings. We try to put that on our Facebook page constantly. Also, repwatro.com, which is my website, you can sign up for a weekly email that brings you up to date on current events, what's going on in the state, brings you up to date on what I've been doing in the community to serve you. And it's just a good tool. So repwatro.com, you can sign up for weekly emails every Friday morning to early afternoon. A big email blast will go out, and then that will bring you up to speed on what's going on in the Commonwealth.
That's awesome. Those are the two main ones. And you're still dabbling in the Instagram a little bit.
My daughter keeps me posted on what's going on with the Instagram, but I try. I'm not really a social media type of guy myself, so I do have help with that. But it's a good tool. So please, if you're on social media, check that out, Rep Watro Facebook page, or repwatro.com. Sign up for my weekly email blast, and it's a good tool.
It is a very good tool, and I'd like to thank State Representative Dane Watro for joining us on Watro's Weekly Update. We'll see you next time.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.